All right, guys. So I'm gonna give it a go on installing the SPOD today. First, I want to give you an idea of what it looked like up underneath here. That's the madness I was talking about. I'm gonna hopefully have all this removed, and on the other side too, and clean it all up underneath here. And this is the SPOD. That's the place where the motherboard mounts up underneath here. There's 2 screws. It mounts here. Then the switches, which are right here on the inside. I haven't got anything ran yet, but these right here, they mount up here like that. And then once I get done doing it, I should have a lot cleaner look to everything. So I'm going to pause the video and go remove all that crap that's up underneath the hood, and then I'll go over a little bit about details on how to go about running all this. Okay, so I just spent like every bit of an hour and a half getting all this stuff removed from the Jeep, from everything I had wired up, and you can see the carnage out here. Wiring harnesses all over the place. Like, I think that's like 2 wiring harnesses together, 3, 4, like 5, maybe 6, like 6 wiring harnesses all look like that. They're just all in these looms, all crazy. And that's what was on there, running 1, 2, 3, 4 switches worth of lights. But you know, I had other lights too, and I never removed them. So it went from the previous picture to this, and this right here is the rally harness I have hooked up, and that's my winch. Naturally, I have it better in here. I just gotta I ain't got everything tied down, but I actually got a place to actually mount the rally motherboard in there where I didn't before. So I'm gonna go at it and get the SPOD installed. I'm assuming it's going to be way easier than what it was getting all this crap removed. I mean, you can see clips all over the place. All off of these 4 switches right here, Daystar switches that I had, which I removed now, and I'll be selling these. Probably going to try to get 20 bucks for them. I mean, they are scratched up a little bit, but I mean, you could maybe paint it, or I don't know, but they're worth $20, about around 60 if you buy them brand new. But there's nothing wrong with these, and they work, but not like that. So what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to go ahead and attempt to get the SPOD hooked up. And I'll go over a little bit of details right fast on what all you're going to have to remove to put the switches in. I'm going to run the switch wires first. They say to go in through there by the instructions, through the floorboard, through the firewall. I already got this hole here through there. That's probably where I'm going to go through to get it done, because it's already there, and it's just convenient. There's no real wrong or right way to go about running it. It's just getting it ran, and that's probably where I'm going to come through at. If I can't get through there with the switch, and it may be tight now that I'm looking at it, if I can't get it through there with the plug, then I will go through the footwell. But basically up here, what you're going to do is you're just going to snap all this down like that, and then you're just going to run the wire up through here, right there, and come over to here, and then you'll have your plug wire, and then you'll plug it into the back of that right there, which is the switch, and it just plugs in, and then your switches are ready to go. And then you mount the switches up there. So now I'm going to go ahead and get everything run for the switches, and then I'll come back and I'll post up about how I went about running it, and take a few pictures also. So let me get everything ran, and I'll get right back. All right, so I got the switches hooked up, not hooked up, but I got them ran. I got I got it mounted up here. It mounts like that up top to that, and it's up there. It's not going anywhere. And so you plug it in, you run the wires along here, and then down along this, like I had it all opened up before. And I was gonna go through that spot right there. The plug wouldn't fit, so I ended up, I don't know if you can see up there, up underneath here, you go through that part of the firewall, and you can see, you can't see the wire. It comes down, it drops down through there, comes down through the bottom here. The wire's right there. It just loops right around, and you come through here with it. You can see, so I'm wiggling it where it comes through at, and then it runs right here, and the SPOD will be mounted right here. The motherboard, power source, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to mount that up next, get everything plugged up, and then once I get everything plugged up, I'll run a set of I'll hook a light or something up to it, and I'll test it and see if it's going to work out or not. All right, so I got the motherboard wired in here. It was pretty easy. Like I said, bolt there, bolt on the other side. A little wrench like this is going to make your life very easy. If you try to get anything big in here, you're going to have a hard time doing it. It's those are let's see, I think they're 5/16. Probably can't see it. 5/16. That's what they are. So if you want to go ahead and have them ready and get a little wrench like this, little Craftsman's, whatever. It ain't gotta be a Craftsman's, but someone gave me this wrench, and I'm gonna tell you, it's been one of my favorite wrenches for working on a Jeep, because you can get in some tight spots with it. So, but anyway, so I got everything in here. All I gotta basically do now is run everything over to the battery, and just pretty much plug everything up, and then just kind of mount everything where I want to mount it at. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and you can see it's in there, it's solid, it's in there, it's not going to pull up. And I just realized that it's got a little spot right here where you can put a screw in it right there, and it pretty much holds the cover down on it. So I like kind of like that too. The SPOD probably has that also, but I didn't realize it had that. But pretty much just positive, negative, and then out to the battery, and then you got this right here for the ACC line. And I realized that that is when you hook that up, you hook that to the M7, and you run it from M7 to that, and what it is the ACC power. So as soon as you turn your switch over one time, you'll have power to everything. So it pretty much is kind of like a kill switch for it. So you can't leave it on, anything on, and it kill your batteries. When you turn everything all the way off, after, you know, like how your radio will stay on, once that goes off, it'll kill everything. So I kind of like that as well, in case you leave a switch on, you know, or a light on. I don't know why you would if you have LEDs or anything. If you're paying attention, you probably wouldn't leave a light on, but if you did, you would you could kill it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get power hooked up to it, and then I'll go ahead and I'll try to makeshift a light to it, and we'll see what we got. All right, so I got everything wired up. Not no light yet, but I got the switches wired up, and so basically they all are lighting up when I turn them on. Voltmeter's working. Everything seems to be working on it right now. So I'm gonna attempt to hook a light up and see what we got. Pretty simple, honestly. I'll guess maybe an hour and a half tops if you don't have anything that you have to redo. It's wired up, just tapped into the M7, And so I'm gonna now I'm gonna wire a light up to it, see what I got. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I'll wire a light up, then I'll come back and I'll do a final video on it, the final part of this video on it, and let you know my thoughts on everything. But so far, I mean, if I'm getting power up there to the switches, I'm sure I'm going to get power from this. I mean, if you don't want to spend $600 or $700 on a regular SPOD, $255 shipped. That's what you can get this for. It's not a SPOD, but it's pretty darn close to being just like a regular SPOD. Like I said, it's got your where you wire up your the lights you're gonna run. You just run them up through here, pretty much plug them in. So I'm gonna wire a few lights up, see what I got. Okay, so I finally got everything done on cleaning the wires up. Got some wire loom, run it back there in the rear. You can see this is what it looks like now. You knew where I was at before. I took some pictures. So I run all the wires in across. This is where the power source is. This is where I wire loomed all this up, run everything across there. Put the breaker pretty much right here for this, in case it trips. Just slide this back over, and you're good to go. And then you got I got the winch running here. I'm probably going to end up running the winch over off the SPOD Alternative at a point. Then I got the rally harness. I run this. If you don't know what a rally harness is, it's a harness for your headlights. If you run LED headlights, you don't have to run anti-flicker adapters anymore. You just run the rally harness, pull power off the battery. It's plug and play. Some of the best money I've spent so far on my light setup was getting that, so I didn't have to run the anti-flickers, so I don't have to worry about failing anti-flickers anymore. Just plug your headlights up, you're good to go. And so everything's wired up, everything's good to go. Cleaned it up a whole lot up underneath here, got the switches in here. So what I'll do is I'll right there I got the there's the switches up there, you can see if you can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the hood down just so you can see everything works. Pretty much you can plug it into the M7. The M7 is the if anybody don't know what the M7 is, the M7 fuse tap, the unit comes with everything you need to get everything working. M7, I can show you, nothing to work, nothing to come on until you turn the key over one time. M7 is that right here. I probably shouldn't be trying to do this in the dark without but the very first cell phone hookup, the power your cell phone for power source, M7, you turn this over one time, SPOD cuts on. So there you go. Turn the first one on, first switch, LED light down here. And it really made them, I think I had some shorts in there already, because the LED lights seem like they're a lot brighter now than what they were. Second one, the one on the hood. Oh, I'm sorry, the A pillars, I still got to get used to them. That's why I'm going to get me some new switches. Windshield mounts, everything's working. Then I got the third one, which is the hood. You can see, there it is, one on the hood. And then this first one, backup lights. There you go. That's where I got backup lights hooked up. And then it's for the skeptics who will say, hey, won't you crank it all the way up? That's where you really get the magic at. There it is, cranked up. And lights. Everything's working. All the switches on. These right here are to the stock, switch for the stock fog lights. So I'll turn them on, and the headlights, so everybody knows. And pull it out. There you go. Everything's on. There you go. Everything is working. That's it. If you got any questions, send me a message. I highly recommend it. If you're getting lights, you need to get something like this. If you're gonna do multiple setup with lights, it's worth the money. If you can't afford a regular SPOD, this is an option for you. It will save you some money. And if you're interested in one, send me a message to YouTube, and message me on YouTube, and I'll send you some information over about it. That's it. It's Jamie, Jeepin' Nation.